Thank you for standing by. This is still Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. And time check right now is 8:41 a.m. and it's time we have picked two major trending stories that will bring to your attention, and of course you share your thoughts and contribution as regards those stories. This is Mainland Focus. My name is OMOBOLA SANDRA, and I'll be having SAHEED FUHAD joining in via the phone line as our analyst. And like I mentioned earlier, I'll introduce the focal points for this morning, and then FUHAD will share his bits as regards the focus for the morning. Then we open up the phone line for you to call in and share your thoughts and contribution. Not just via the phone line, you can send text messages, WhatsApp messages, or you can, send your comments. You can drop comments in our live chat section on Facebook or YouTube. We're live, actually. So you can follow the show live on Facebook and YouTube. We also take comments from there. Would also like to say thank you to Wasiu Monsuru, Oladeni, Hakim, Shinoayomi, Ajiye, Taiwo, and Chris Oloja. They dropped some comments during trends in the paper. So now that it's Mainland Focus, you can just drop your comments as regards the focus for the morning. Now, I mentioned that we're going to be looking through two major stories, and we're taking them from the Guardian newspaper. The first of which, of course, is as regards SERAP's call for publishing of spending of 400 billion naira fuel subsidy savings. So, ever since we removed, subsidy from PMS, Nigeria has been able to save 400 billion naira. That is, the report that we have gotten. And now, SERAP is asking that, like to know what exactly the government will be using these funds for. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has said they would like the president to publish expenditure of the money that's been so far saved from removal of PMS subsidy. They implored the president to provide details of how subsequent savings, so aside from this 400 billion as well, the subsequent savings that will also be gotten, we would also like to know how it will be spent, including specific projects and mechanisms in place to ensure that these monies are not embezzled, misappropriated, or diverted into private pockets. All right, and this was signed and addressed to the president at the weekend by the Deputy Director, Kolawole Oluwadare, said, that's of SERAP, saying, your government has a legal responsibility to ensure that the savings from the removal of subsidy on petrol are spent solely for the benefit of the 137 million poor Nigerians who are bearing the brunt of the removal. Prevention of corruption in the spending of savings from the removal of subsidy on petrol, and preventing and addressing the challenges caused by the removal as serious and legitimate public interest. So that's why we're looking at this from this angle. Do you see this as a valid call by SERAP? Do you agree that yes, the president should publish the details of the spending of the 400 billion naira and even other savings from the removal of subsidy and push it to those majority of Nigerians that are bearing the brunt of it? Or how do you think the subsidy spending should be spent? Savings rather should be spent by the government. What would be your own suggestion? That okay, so we've been able to save 400 billion so far, we're still going to spend more, save more. What would be your own suggestion as regards what the government can use these monies for? And finally, what about publishing subsidy savings and expenditure monthly? Maybe we should have, like the way they publish, they send us monthly bank statements. Like the way they send us monthly bank statements. So maybe we should have a publication every month. This is what was saved on PMS under subsidy. This is what we spent it on, and this is what is remaining, and this is what we are still going to spend the remaining on. Fuad mentioned something. The truth is that we still have a budget deficit of about 12 trillion naira, and we still also have to fund that as well. And the fact that we also have some other projects on ground that needs adequate funding as well. But do you agree that maybe we should have the publication of the savings and expenditure monthly? Every month you just open the papers and then you see publication of fuel subsidy savings. That's the first focal point. The second one, of course, is consideration for alternative sources of power. Fuel is now expensive. electricity is now expensive. What alternative are you thinking about? What alternative are you thinking about? And then there are some alternatives that have been suggested, which the major one has been solar. But then how affordable and accessible are these alternative sources of power? Do you currently use any alternative power system? Share your experience in terms of cost and effectiveness. You may be helping someone out there. Someone said earlier that that the truth is, yes, solar may be expensive, but that the long-term benefits actually overrides the initial cost of purchasing the equipment. And I'm thinking, what do you think long term as well? So if you use currently using an alternative power system, share your experience in terms of cost and effectiveness, and also would like to know how bad or how good is the power situation in your area. Has it improved, or are we still on status quo, or has it even gotten worse? Would like to know. And how have you been managing and coping with the rise in cost of petrol and energy generally? Would like to know. So those are the focal points. Let's get FUHAD's thoughts, and then we open up the phone line for you to share your thoughts. FUHAD, just 2 minutes and let's move.
Okay, well, this 400 billion naira figure is not an official statement of government. I think we need to clarify that. This is coming from operators in the downstream sector, independent marketers and other stakeholders in the downstream oil sector. And basically what they are looking at is that, look, if we consider how much we were spending on subsidy before, we should have saved about 400 billion naira now. So it could be more or it could be less. I just wanted us to clarify that. But the reality is that we have been saving money now that we've removed subsidy. And like I said earlier, I agree with Sarah. We need some level of accountability. And not so much has been heard from this government. And like I said, I'm cutting them some slack because, again, they don't have cabinet ministers yet. The government is not fully formed yet. And so we may excuse them on that basis. And that's why we're not getting so much information from the government now. But we have to keep them on their toes. That's the job of civil society organizations. We also expect organized labor not to always just sit down with government to negotiate salaries and emoluments. It should also be about keeping the government on their toes, issuing statements, or also, setting the agenda for them, like the media is doing. We are doing a part of, our job as dictated by the Constitution. So, again, we need some level of accountability. We don't know the spending pattern of this government yet, what they are going to do with this savings from subsidy removal. They promise that they are going to invest in education, health, and a whole lot of things. But for sake of accountability, can we have a separate cost for this spending so that it's not lumped up with other revenue of government that may eventually end up in private pockets or the pockets of politicians and governors? I can't say the government has not said anything how they want to manage these funds, but we'll have to wait to see how they want to manage it. And I like the fact that therapy is already setting the agenda, asking questions already about what they want to do with these funds. I also agree with Sarah, we should ask questions. And the best would be, for me, maybe we should have a separate fund, a separate pot somewhere where we decide what exactly we want to do with these funds. And ultimately, Sandra, those projects, whatever we want to do with this money, should have a direct bearing, a direct impact on the lives of ordinary people. It should not be about white elephant projects. It should be about things that can directly touch the lives of ordinary people. Because the idea was that, look, removing subsidy was to save money, to really do things that would impact the people. And so we'll have to wait to see that happen. And then on the issue of alternate source of power, Sandra, I'm sorry, the low of the lowest don't even have any alternative. The alternative is to look to God and take natural air. So when power goes off, they just open their window or go out of their house to take fresh breeze. But honestly, those alternative sources of power are extremely expensive. An average inverter battery now is about 300,000 to 400,000 naira. A quality inverter battery, one. So if you're going to buy two, you are going to spend about 800,000 naira. Before you buy inverter system installation and all of that, you're already running into about 1 million. And those are the small units that can take care of like a 3-bedroom. So are you telling me ordinary Nigerians can afford that? So it's just, I think what people have done is to restructure their spending pattern. I think people have abandoned their generators. So the idea of running generators all through the night. So people open up their windows or take 2-3 showers before the morning comes.
Oh wait, just pour water on your bed, and things.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, just pour water on your bed. You sleep.
Or maybe buy a water bed.
Oh, I don't know, man. Just do what you can. FUHAD keeps saying that everybody should just take care of themselves. I'm telling you at this point now, you need to breathe by yourself. Just open your nose, open your mouth, and breathe by yourself.
Find a way to breathe.
Right. All right. Let's hear from our listener, our dear listener. What are your thoughts as regards the two focal points that we have pushed forward this morning? Alternative power, alternative source of electricity, alternative source of power. What are you using? What do you think as regards these alternative sources they are talking about? And what's the cost, and what's the cost implication, and all of that? What's the power situation in your area? Would like to know. And the second one, of course, is as regards Sarah asking the president to publish the expenditure of the savings on PMS subsidy removal, that which we have they said we have saved 400 billion naira so far. So we have various channels of communication. You can send a text message or a WhatsApp message to 0913 6000 410, 0913 6000 430 rather. Apologies. For text messages and WhatsApp messages, 0913 6000 430, 0913 6000 430. For phone calls, you can call in via 0913 6000 410, 0913 6000 410. You can drop your comments on our Facebook and YouTube live chat section at Mainland 98.3 FM. We're live. So drop your comments. We'll take the comments live on air as well. You can just watch the program live. We also have past editions of our shows, just in case you want to get up to speed as regards trending issues in the Nigerian space. Now, let's see who our first call is. Please, you have just 2 minutes. Stay within the 2 minute time frame and keep your language clean. Hello, good morning.
SANDRA.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, this is Mainalnd from the Solar.
Okay.
Yeah, let me go with the second case first. That's really light. I've said it on your platform so many times. Right now, I think myself sometimes. Am I living in Lagos? Because light has been good. Let me put it that way. It has improved very well. You can do things you want to do. Iron at the appropriate time, charge this, charge that. And I know of some friends too who can corroborate what I'm saying right now with respect to power, availability. Maybe it's not nationwide yet, and I don't become selfish. But I guess it will time. It should improve. Alternative power supply right now is a no-no, it's a no area. Just as a FUHAD said, they even get the smallest unit of solar. It will cost you something drill in your pocket. And I'm in Nigeria. What is the minimum wage of another Nigerian? You use your minimum wage to supply like yourself. It's almost unrealistic. So let us not continue with what they're doing in the power sector by improving it again and again. And we'll be fine. Alternative, as much as I'm watching their report as done this and one-sided, maybe on this one I support them. This time around, the government be as transparent as they can be. Publish every kobo spent, every kobo they save. They must make it so that there will be no iota of doubt. So on this, I support Sarah. Let government be adequately watched so that we will not be put in the dark. We will be suffering in court and they'll be enjoying. No way. Good morning.
Good morning. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning, Barrister Peter.
Yeah, Madam Sandra and FUHAD. God bless all of you.
Amen. Thank you.
How are you?
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. On the issues we are focusing on this morning, my take on this issue of subsidy thing is that it has been handled wrongly right from the word go. In the first place, when Asiwaju Bola Tinubu was inaugurated, he made in his speech, the first thing he made was that the subsidy regime is gone. That is very, very wrong. And it is wrong. You see, one thing about government,
everywhere in the world, unless the people resist, government is like animal farm, where all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. And that is why the ordinary animals in animal farm overthrew the pigs and that were the oppressors. It is the same thing in human being. Every human being that finds itself in a privileged position will oppress other animals. You know, I don't know whether God made it like that, but people are like that. People are wicked and selfish. And once they find themselves on the other side of the issue, they will forget where they are coming from. It's like climbing the ladder, climbing the ladder. When you get up there, you remove it. You know, difficult for the government to go back.
Thank you.
You know, yes, and on the issue of palliative.
No, Barrister Oko, you've exhausted the 2 minutes allotted.
Okay.
Yes.
God bless you.
And thank you for the book, Barrister Peter.
Yes.
We saw the book. We got the book.
Okay. Well, I already acknowledged that last thing. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, God bless you. I hope we all of us will become lawyers.
It's okay. It's okay. Thank you, Barrister Peter. It's all right. Thank you. All right. So, FUHAD, just a quick one on what Barrister Peter said. Was there anything that could have been done after that inaugural speech? Was there anything that could have been done to correct whatever happened that day?
Well, I think we've moved past that stage, Sandra.
But is there anything that could have? Is there anything that could have
at that time
changed?
or now?
At that time.
Well, maybe if the labor, the organized labor and civil society organizations had stood their ground, what could have happened maybe have been the down tool, and then we see some form of protest and all of that. Maybe the government would have yielded and changed the idea. But that didn't happen at that time, and I think we have now moved past that stage. So again, we can only demand for accountability for money saved now.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Peter.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Thank you. FUHAD. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Well, we have light very busy. I'm sitting now. There's no light. So, FUHAD, do you know that it is only in your dictionary that you have a word like the common man? The government does not have any word like that in their dictionary, common man. When we were told that 133 million Nigerians were pushed into multidimensional poverty, and 2 days ago we were told that additional 4-point-something million have joined them, making it almost 38 million under poverty now. So now those one will go by in data. You know what I have done? If I tell anybody, they will be surprised. Do you know that since January this year, this is going to 7 months, I have never bought a spoon of fuel. A spoon. I have generator in my house and I have generator in my studio. None of those generators have I put to use since January during this monetary crisis. You know what I do? Thank God for digital camera, and then I take it to my system, carry the system to where either Abla, or when I go to church, I take it there and do whatever work I want to do. I adopt your system so that I don't give myself headache. Let us give these people. When we are saying give them, what advice do you want the government to do with somebody? What advice do we want to give them? We don't take the advice we give them. They will never. They are made up their mind on what they want to do, how they want to do with the money. We talk from now to tomorrow, nothing will happen. First, thank God for your life. I want to say this very emphatically this morning. Nigerians, please take care of your life, take care of yourself. Maybe it is easy for me to live without generator because I am living alone, I'm not married, I have my sister living with me. I told her, well, use your radio, use your phone, go to social media. It's only on radio I gave news. I have forgotten about TV. What if you give simple message? We are giving you 50% discount. Do this. I have abandoned them. You know why?
Right.
I remember that when I was in the village, there was no light and I survived. Then we have come back, the government of Nigeria today has pushed everybody to the village. Give us that primitive life that we were living.
Thank you, Mr.
This is Nigeria for you. We'll be having primitive people. Very unfortunate.
Very.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate. All right. Let's take some messages. I have some messages on Facebook now. So we'll take them and we'll take WhatsApp messages as well. I have here Uche. Apologies. Sorry. Joshua and Dover. Yes, I got that. Joshua from Oregon, I'm guessing. Good morning. Welcome to this new week. There's no alternative for power supply as it stands now. So everyone should take care of themselves. About subsidy savings, I would say the government removed subsidy for their selfish interest and not for the interest of the masses. Because how will you remove subsidy without any plans on ground? And you're already saving money without telling us the plans on ground to help the people you said you are serving. And they're out there destroying refineries in the name of illegality. Why not make them legal and then put them in use to reduce this suffering? The duty of every government policy should be about the benefit of the people, not telling us the government is saving money when people are suffering, when the same... okay, thank you. All right, thank you very much, Joshua from Oregon. Appreciate. I also have here still on Facebook, Eze Uchenna. How many people in Nigeria can afford a solar panel? This government has just left us to our fate. It'd be like so. But then what other alternatives do we have? It can't just be solar. Are there any other things? Mr. Peter Omonse said, well, he has resorted to FUHAD suggestion. Everybody just open their windows and just collect fresh air.
Just tire and fire, just sit down for some ready.
And have your bath like 50 times. But FUHAD, to have your bath too is very, very important. It's very you have to be cautious because it's water, lights that you use to pump water. All right. Hello, good morning.
It's okay. See,
good morning.
we are not going to good morning, madam. Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. We are not going to open our mind.
Where are you calling from, Engineer Femi?
I'm coming from myself now. That is my territory. Where we say we work from house, we work from home, we work from anywhere. Okay. We are from myself.
All right.
See, I would just advise our fellow Nigerians that this government, they don't have anything to use to help us. I've already said it before that everybody should go and change all their mind to buy energy bulbs. Come to my house, I have energy bulbs. If you say go and buy solar panel, that small ones, that street light one, you can use it to maintain your house. Buy them, charge them. Buy like 2 to 3 or 4. Buy them, keep them, charge them very well. You can exchange it in your house, in your compound. See these people, they have nothing to offer us. I'm changing my generator's calculator now to gas one. I want to convert almost like 10 generators that I have now, that big ones. I want to convert it because of my business. I want to convert it now to gas. You have to follow what these people are taking us to. They just want to absorb us. Now, all the big companies now, they will just use that to leave this country. See, one day, I'm telling you now, a small thing that will happen. Nobody believes it. Let's just continue destroying the country.
Right.
If you call yourself economist, you will not behave and rule Nigeria like this.
Okay. Thank you very much, Engineer Femi Onosonya. This is Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos, and you're listening to Mainland Focus. What we're doing right now is we picked 2 major trending stories from trends in the papers, and then awaiting your contribution as regards the focal points this morning. And the 2 stories we're looking at: first, SERAP is asking the president to publish the 400 billion naira subsidy savings. Do you see this as a valid call by SERAP? How do you think the subsidy savings should be spent by the government? Are you even interested in knowing how to spend it? And what about publishing subsidy savings and expenditure every month? And the second focal point is households considering alternative sources of power. How affordable and accessible are these alternative sources of power, major which of course is solar? And do you use any alternative power systems? Share your experiences in terms of cost and effectiveness. How bad how good or how stable is the power situation in your area? Have you been managing? How have you been managing and coping with the rising cost of petrol and energy, generally speaking? Let's know. 0913 6000 410. That's the number to call. For text messages and WhatsApp is 0913 6000 430. Don't forget that you can as well share your contributions via Facebook and YouTube. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, so please go there, drop your comment in the live chat section at Mainland 98.3 FM. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
My name is Lucky.
All right, Mr. Lucky, please go ahead.
Sandra, I believe I hear your voice.
Oh, yeah,
I tried to call for my chairman program yesterday, but I couldn't able to call. That's 6 o'clock. Very nice program. I appreciate you, man. So I think I don't know why we Nigeria are complaining, because when this man was campaigning, he did not go any media to face or nothing. Because he believes he's going to win the election. I don't want the election. He said he's going to hit the ground running. You understand? So if you're not able to ask him how you go to running, are you going to run to front or back? We not put up the hand. So running is running, whether front or back is running. I can still remember when the Papa Jasper program there, they do one program, the Papa Jasper went to play a ball with another team. What happened was Papa Jasper, they went to go and do the gym for one back Habalis. So the man said, Papa Jasper, your son will score 3 goals. So they were so happy. So when they didn't went back, I just protest score 3 goals. But he saw your own side 3 goals. At the end, they lost the match. So they wanted the man. Instead of that, we lose the match. The man said, no, my mate never fail. We don't lose the match. We score 3 goals. We said we score 3 goals. But we scare ourselves. The man said, I always say, I just will score 3 goals. And not tell you when we weather the answer how you say. All I know is he scored is 3 goals. That's what we do. The man said he's going to hit the guy running. We don't ask where he's going to run to. Front or back. So running is running. It's not like nobody come. He said we need change. The change. Any change is change. Positive, negative to change. So we just have to hear what we see. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate Mr. Lucky. Ooh. Oh. All right. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Mainland FM.
Good morning, Barrister Abiodun.
Nice hearing your voice again.
Yeah, you're welcome.
SAHEED has done very well. I support the move. Unfortunately, SAHEED has become the opposition party as a result of the failure of PDP. So, because I know that President Tinubu has the tendency to play the politics of absolutism. And I fear that if it's not checkmate, if it's not followed up, it's going to completely, by whatever means, and we're going to have one system of government, one party. At the end of the day, that's my fear. So I support SAHEED for standing up to the Nigerian people. I'm asking for details of this nature. This is what.
Oh. All right. Thank you, Barrister Abiodun Bakari. Thank you so much. I don't know what must have happened there. We still time check right now is 10 minutes past 9, and you're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. This is Mainland Focus. The number to call is 0913 6000 410. 0913 6000 410. For text messages and WhatsApp is 0913 6000 430. Don't forget that we're live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. So we'll expect your comments there as well. All right. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Mr. Aki from Lekki.
All right.
Yeah. So for me, I feel SAHEED is doing a good job, and I will appreciate if other organizations can come out and perform their duty as expected, just like SAHEED. And for the inverter installation and everything, I think Nigerians don't have most Nigerians don't have the capacity to go into other means of powering their household. Because I can gladly tell you I'm a solar installer, and I know how much it is to to carry out a solution for people. Even the average Nigerian, the people give me some time, let me gather some time to carry out the project. So I believe we just have to, like Mr. Father said, we just have to, I would like to, we just have to gather momentum individually to pass this that we are in, and we believe over time things are going to get better.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate. All right, we'll take a break from calls now, and then we'll move on to text messages, WhatsApp messages. We'll be back to calls in a bit. Please stay with us. I have here Awolo Christopher from Shogunle said, for some days now, we in Shogunle have been enjoying honeymoon as regards supply of electricity. I hope it lasts. The demand of syrup is in order. Be that as it may, we can never get it right with this government as far as fighting corruption is concerned, unless it is ready to commit class suicide. Rather, we are going to witness scientific corruption. Fuhad. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know about scientific corruption.
All right. I'm Mainland FM. I'm in support of syrup. Let the money generated from subsidy be published. Also, the money generated from the removal of subsidy be used to service our debts in the short run, when a little is removed and kept, while we then use the revenue to service local refineries or build new refinery after a year. Let the money be invested in the agricultural sector, security, manufacturing and production sector. Finally, okay, they say we should view our time for callers to 1 minute. It's all right. Thank you.
I will probably keep them on 2 minutes. Well, it's not.
Thank you very much, Sean from Festac. I appreciate. I understand, where he's coming from. Good morning, Sandra and Suraj. No, it's Fuhad SAHEED. That's his name. All right. Thank you. May God bless you for the good work. I've taken the advice of Fuhad long ago, since subsidy had been removed without government taking care of the adverse effect on the people. As for syrup, let them push for us since NLC has abandoned us. Benjamin from Shogunle, thank you. Good morning, Sandra and Fuhad. Top-notch analysis from Fuhad once again. Okay, plenty accolades, and accolades to Fuhad. Fuhad, somebody's greeting you.
How many things?
It's okay, that's for you.
I agree, Tam.
It's all right. Maybe it will turn to foil and come inside your car. I don't know. Good morning. Government of President Tinubu is gradually descending for the rich, and the poor will have themselves to blame. Tell me the actions and inactions of this administration since inception. The one on the masses side, none. But they should not worry, because soon what they are cooking will be done. After 30 days, all we're hearing is campaign and propaganda. Very disheartening, seriously. Chika Bende from Trade Fair, Lagos. This one says, Sandra and Fuhad, I greet you exceptionally. Mr. Fuhad, I want you to help me out on this one. Do you have any record where federal government at any time has acceded to any of Serap's demands? I've seen several demands by Serap asking the federal government, especially the president, to carry out a probe or be dragged to court. I don't think the president will bother about Serap's call to probe all the savings on PMS. Serap should just leave them alone. I don't think the government even cares about their lawsuit threat. Sandra, we are having light for over 24 hours. Our card is really reading fast. Yeah, you should off everything. No? They should put off the light for some. See, people are asking for distribution company to take light for some time. We are tired of the constant power. Typical Nigerian of me.
Really?
We complain for everything, good or bad. My own concern is that Mr. Fuhad should just give me bread. I won't joke with it. James Ogbonna from Oshodi is asking, Oshodi is under a KDC now. Yes. So they should take their lights. Just go by everybody on the streets. I have some messages here on Facebook, but we'll go back to calls now, and we'll be back to messages in a bit. Please stay with us. Hello.
This is Sandra.
Good morning, Prince Wise.
How are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
May God bless all of you. and bless somebody. You see, the question asked by this. For me, it is for a billion relative money for just a man. I feel very glad about it. And this money, they have this money for quality. And I'm still repeating myself. But the state government go to transport to transportation. Buy buses for all the 32 states, including Abuja. And allow the labor manage it. Anyway,
Prince Wise, we can barely hear you. The network is really poor, so maybe you should.
Let me take my position now.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you. Better.
What I'm trying to say now is that 4 billion, they should take it to transportation. Let Nigeria Labour Fund them manage it. So all the 36 states, including Abuja, conjoin with the state governors. They should do it for the people. Rather than giving 10,000 to individuals, which some people will just carry all the money. But this very one is open. Let palliative this on the buses. Let people get, like, for example, now, if we are going from mighty to the 49 for the naira or 5 for the naira, let that is for the naira. So that is part of the palliative that can benefit the marketer, the artisan, the banker, the shareholder, even though the politicians. This is my I wanted to see. And it's very good for majority of Nigeria. God bless you, my dear. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Prince Wise. Appreciate. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sandra. It's Joe from Bariga.
All right, Mr. Joe, please go ahead.
You were talking about the 400 billion naira subsidy, the one they saved.
Yes.
Have the government accounted for us before? What the money they hold? Or how they are spending their money?
So I think we
are wasting time for that anyway.
Okay.
We're wasting time on that. Then the issue of paper, it improved in my area very tremendously. I have to accord them that good. So, FUHAD, are you hearing me? FUHAD, thank you for you and Sandra analysis. I'm very grateful. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joe. Yeah, I appreciate. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
FUHAD. From here, I'm hailing you. You are doing a nice work.
What is your name, sir?
Thank you. This is Engineer Ide.
Okay.
Calling from Eternity.
All right. Please go ahead.
All right. Where my contribution goes now is accountability of the government. But in the energy minimization, that is fuel consumption and the usage. Now, when it comes to natural resources of energy, which you have some assets, which we utilize with the solar panel. I have discovered mini or small scale energy which can be used by petty traders. When there is light, that one is not from solar because solar panel is a bit costly now. Then I discovered it from the fact that when there is light, you can charge your batteries. Definitely have two batteries, even the motor batteries, 5 amps. Then when there is no light, you can take a petty trader like for 1 week without NEPA. So that one is one side. Then secondly, for home use, with 2 batteries of 200 amps, that can take you for a week. But in that case, it will not power your fridge, but it will power your televisions and your bulbs. So that one now,
That's to cut the cost of fueling and even prepaid meter running fast. So that's all I have to do to contribute now.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, I appreciate it. All right. 0913 6410. That's the number to call. But then we have some messages on WhatsApp and Facebook. So I'll just quickly take them. I'll be back to calls in a bit. In case you're just tuning in, this is Mainland 98.3 FM. And you're on to Mainland Focus, where we pick 2 or more major trending stories from trends in the papers. And then we open up the phone line for you to share your thoughts and contribution as regards the focus. And this morning, we're looking at 2. The first of which, Serap is asking for the federal government to publish the expenditure of the 400 billion naira savings from removal of PMS. What do you think? And the second, of course, is as regards alternative source of energy with the cost of petrol going high, with electricity tariff also going high. What are the alternative sources of power that you would suggest, and what are the alternatives that you are currently using? Let's have a conversation this morning. I have here on WhatsApp, let Sarah fire on without ceasing. These people in power are so confused that they don't know the stories to say anymore about the subsidy issue. They are claiming to have saved money and investors making gains. With the terrible condition of living we are facing presently, I'm seriously believing that they are suffering from of telling too many lies against GEJ government, misleading the citizenry about the subsidy palaver until they openly apologize to Jonathan. I doubt if they will get it right. Steve from Ijaniki, thank you. Good morning, Sandra and Fuhad. Publishing the oil-generated revenue and expenditure is a good one. If sincerity will play out, because our leaders cannot be really trusted, especially the way they play and confuse Nigerians with different strange figures. On power, we are really enjoying it at Alaba these days, but at the same time, other areas really need to be taken care of. And the best possible alternative to power is solar energy, though it is very expensive but very reliable. At least, Nigerians can be saved from unnecessary nightmares. Damlola from Alaba. Good morning. This is... I think we've taken this already. All right. Good morning. This is Abbas. Just got into Lagos after 2 years and I've been glued to your station. Thank you very much, Abbas. Mr. Abbas, we appreciate. What the government needs to do with this money being saved should not be for now on palliatives, because this money might be reluted. Let government use whatever they get from subsidy to revamping our refineries. This is the only palliative that can end this regime of fuel palaver. Once our refineries are working to full capacity, fuel price will drop drastically. But if Nigeria importers still buys fuel from international markets, no amount of palliatives can cushion the effect. Thank you. Abbas from Badagry is saying that there's no point giving us palliatives. Just fix something once and for all, so we won't have to keep going back and forth. All right. I also have here Patrick Obiazo on Facebook saying Tinubu just hit the ground running the nation into confusion and citizens into extreme poverty. All right. Thank you very much. And then we also have Okonlawon Koka. Thank God this is happening. If it didn't happen, people will never understand the true meaning. We're supposed to learn from last administration that showed no concern on people. Some gullible, hungry ones, after collecting sachet of spaghetti and 1,000 naira, went ahead to vote. Good luck to us all. Okonlawon Koka from Maryland. Thank you very much. Those are the messages that we have so far on Facebook. We still have a few minutes more to go. Don't forget we are live on Facebook and YouTube, so you can drop comments there and then we can take them live on air at Mainland 98.3 FM. The number to call once again is 0913 6410, and for text messages and WhatsApp messages is 0913 6430. Let's have a conversation this morning. My name still remains OMOBOLA Sandra. All right. I have a text message here that says, good morning. My name is Udo Onwu. Please let government use the money they save to repair our refineries to cushion the effects of removal of subsidy. Thanks. And that is Udo Onwu. sharing his or her thoughts via text message. Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, son.
Good morning to you as well. I can't hear you, sir. Please, could you speak?
This engineer is from Yaba.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, well done, man.
You have dropped again. You have dropped again, sir.
Okay, I'm saying that the inquiry, the publication by the sheriff to give us the accountability about the revenue is in order. And the alternative to oil, this thing, energy, is very highly needed for now because people are suffering. And the so-called palliative they are looking at is also needed. I bet let it not be to only one section, because I have people saying that buy vehicle, buy this. Where is the road to ply? The roads are not there. They should give us roads. They give energy is also electricity for us to power all our engine and do things. And industrialization is very important. But more also is that Tinubu promised us lithium and to augment the revenue from petroleum. This thing we should activate right now for people to have peace and for Nigeria to move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. There's just one thing I'd just like to correct. Okay. I think I'll just do that after we've spoken to everyone then. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please, could you speak a little louder?
Hello, good morning. I am Abraham.
Okay, Mr. Abraham, can you turn off your radio set?
All right. Sarah is asking a very good question.
Okay.
I want to, yes, they must ask for accountability. How can a father in the house, the children are suffering for hunger, and the money in his pocket he went to the bank and save? Is it the right thing? Is it the right step? We have been hearing all this propaganda from this government right from the onset. So nobody ever believed them again, because what they are telling us we didn't even know, because there is no accountability. The debt is here on us, and they are still pushing us into fire. How can a father be pushing the children to fire and they said they are saving? And people are complaining here and there, and they don't listen. May God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, that's quite straight to the point, eh? All right, thank you very much. Unfortunately, that's the last call we can take for this morning. We'll just wrap things up with a few messages. I think we have some messages on WhatsApp, and that will be all for this morning. I have here, good morning. While appreciating the job of Serap, I look at them as a toothless bulldog. They shouted and shouted during the past administration, but corruption still had its way. What a shame. And that's Mr. Okangbelina from Mafoluku. And then I also have, good morning, Sandra. Oh, that's all. I apologize. We're out of time already. Wow, how time flies. Thank you very much, FUHAD, for standing by. I appreciate.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, and that will be all for this morning on Mainland Focus. However, we'll take a breather. We'll be back by 9:45, where we'll be discussing the top 3 trending stories on the international scene on Global View. My name is OMOBOLA Sandra, and this is Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
The Broadcast Art Institute Supplementary Admissions 2022-2023. Few vacancies exist in the Departments of Broadcast Journalism and Multimedia Technology for admission in the 2022-2023 session. If you scored 100 and above in the 2022-2023 UTME and have 5 relevant credits and have not gained admission, you can change over